So, changing a washing machine sounds worse than it actually is, but there's a few things you need to do first. Really work out what tools you're going to need. I have some there. Work out, as you can see, you need to get this out, and it needs to be a clear way out through the door to wherever you're going to get rid of it. What you usually need to do is work out, obviously the washing machine's there, and the overflow is going to go, normally speaking, to under the sink. That's where the water's going to come from. Have a bucket standing by, because when you go to disconnect these, you will get leakage. All right. Now I will show you underneath this. This is professional, isn't it? Right. I will show you underneath here. As you can see, that says hot, and that says cold. This is not always the case. Chances are that the tap that came off the other one could well have snapped. These things snap for a pastime. So you would imagine that that's turned off. It will probably drip. This is your waste. The moment you disconnect that, there will probably be fluids that come out. And if you can see up over your pipes, then go to where the washing machine is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo. Oh my God. No, I'm not. It's already been done. All right. So that will come off. Right, Glenn, can you do us a favour and take a video?
Do you want to hold it?
Yeah, from there. Right, let's have a look, see how easy this is to come off. Well, that was pretty simple. There's water in that. There's water in here to your pipes, so get it up as high as you can, and hopefully the water will feed back into the machine. Now, you need a set of grip it withers. That's a technical term.
Explain which way's on and which way's off.
Yeah, this is the thing. Depends if somebody's put it on the wrong way.
Yeah.
The only way you're going to find out is when you start undoing it. Arnold Hefties, right? Now, when you start trying to undo this, if you are not careful, you'll undo this part here, and you end up with tears, right? So I'm going to try it with hands first.
That's slightly on, isn't it?
It may be, but what happens is in high... Yeah, with plastic piping. In... Do you... Yeah.
Put it back.
Yes.
You want to see your face?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no. In an area like this where you get lime scale, that will get bunged up. Now, really what you should do is, if that's the case, you need to replace it. But this is an emergency job and we're in a hurry, all right? If it's drip, 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 you can cope with that. But just remember that if it is doing that, then you probably will at some point want to get it changed. That is another video. In the meantime, I'm going to try and disconnect this and see how it goes. If it starts pissing water out, just nip it back up and go from there. Right, that is only just turning off. One bracket off, that's disconnected, and he's had a weep. Now, the electrical connection is probably behind the machine, and we got to lift the machine out. Bear in mind, rented property in Lino. So,
It's ripped already.
not the point. There might be a film up for the next one. Get the sponge, which is never used for washing the car in this house.
Fuck you.
Right. That will help the machine slip. Lift at the front, put your hand there.
Good luck, but you're going to have to lift the back up.
Yeah, you will end up wrestling. You just need to make sure that you're not digging in, which was the whole point of the washing up liquid. Maybe give it a bit more. And also you end up washing the fucking floor at the same time, which is a winner. Oh, can we come round here, dear?
I'll come wherever you jolly well want, sir.
You're a good lad.
That's
take a
all
picture in
ladies.
there.
Yeah. Right, you can see on the floor, it has been chewed up already. But up and above is where both the pipes come through.
Right, the electrical one's the one I want to disconnect first.
So there is your electric. It's fed in there, and mine feeds over into here.
Right, so yeah, get them disconnected. I will video Glenn. There you go.
Right, he's out. And I've got soap all over the camera.
We don't want a chicken dinner. Right. The first one, and this is going to stink because it's had wastewater in it for God knows how long. Bring it up over the top, open the drawer, chuck it in there. This is scrap. Whichever one you can get it into. If that doesn't work, there's another way of doing this, all right? That doesn't work, whip it around a few times. All right. This is fucked. So we don't care about this. You ain't going anywhere. All right? Now, what I often do is save the pipe on the back just in case the new one is buggered. Do you want me to take a video of this? If, hang on, I'll come around from the other side. If it's tight, which the chances are it will be, and you don't have a set of grips for whatever reason, move it together and it will come free. There you go. Put him over there. Right, weight it down so.
See that? There's a washer in there. Don't lose it.
Yeah, without that it's bad darts. Right.
That's a great long pipe, so it's better to use that one anyway.
Yeah. Also, the new pipe comes with the washers. You can, if you want to, change the washers, switch them out if they fit, and then you got new washers. We're going to lift this out. There is an easy way of doing it. What generally happens is one person is at the back, the machine is tilted over, they carry it there. Person at the front, you've got feet here. Stick your fingers the other side of the feet so it doesn't slip, and then you will lift using your knees, right? We'll get this thing out and do ourselves a hernia. We'll be back in a bit. Out of breath, carried it in. What I usually recommend between getting in and out is about 15 cups of coffee. Just kidding. Right, unboxing this is fairly straightforward, right? Move that. Same with this. Now, you get it right, you're not going to be doing this too often. You can just rip that in one ear and then wrap it all up after. So, here we go. That doesn't work. Excellent. Just for the camera. And use the binding to put it on. Right. That goes first. These two. Same with that. Now, I don't recommend you do this, but if you're me, I lift it back, Glyn takes out the bit from underneath. Right. Now there's a sticker there, Glyn, at the front.
Yep.
So that sticker, you need to pull that sticker down, right? I'll put it just down there, because this is all about the travel stuff that comes with it. The instructions will tell you to take this out.
Oh, hang on. God, he's
Pain in the arse. Right. Shove them back up. Away you go. Right, I don't know if you can see that. These feet are adjustable, we'll do that in a minute. Right, if you come around the back again. These are the instructions that all blokes never see or read, alright? You should read these. But these you will need. At the back here are travel bolts. A lot of people forget they're in there and they turn the machine in, or what actually usually happens is it destroys the machine and it'll also destroy the lino, and you'll find the thing shaking itself to bits and trying to make its way out the front door. Generally not covered by the warranty. So, find out what they are. In this one it's 10mm, some of them are 13. Alright? So, they're not very big. Keep, as you can see, undone. They can be a bit difficult to get out, but whatever. Nothing in life is easy, is it? There you go. Now, the getting about bit is a wiggle. One, keep these, don't throw them away. Because if you don't, and you need to move house or whatever, the things will fly around the place and...
You never use them for an internal move.
Well, okay, just saying...
If you export it, use it.
Now, it comes with one extra, but that one's already in, which is worrying. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up and check that the drum is loose. That always comes in it. The way you'll see if the drum is loose, remember we were talking about the rubbers that fall out, there you are. So you'll know the drum is loose. I'll take that.
Look how thin that pipe is.
Yeah, it's not great, is it? See that? I pull at the top. Can you see the drum is moving? He's loose. Ready to go. All right? Okay. We are going to reuse the old pipe. Get all your pipes unhooked. Get all your rubbish out of the way. I think we'll be editing some of this out because it's not going to make for the most interesting video. Right.
Never does when you're in it.
What are you? Oh. Right. Now wet down your floor again where it's going to go in. All right. Make for an easier life, won't it? That's all these get tested. So if you find water in it, you haven't bought a second-hand machine, all right? Just so you know. Yeah, Del Boy Logistics. Right, so that's where your electric's going. Now, if you're on your own, you should really be doing it. But if you are, walk it very gently, so you don't rip up the line out. The moment you get to the point where it's slippy slidey, you're all right. Put this in first because it's the longest cable. Then, the second longest one will be this. We've already checked that the rubber's all right, so whip them up by hand, have that at the bottom, and then pinch them up. Now, if you've got a set of grips, why not use them? Makes life easier. If you actually remember where you put the bloody things. Okay.
That worked a treat, didn't it?
Yeah, you'll be great. They're under there. I never said I was a professional.
No.
Do not, with all plastic fittings, over tighten. It will end in tears. Nipped up, he's happy. The rubber's going to take all the slack anyway. Now, what I'm actually going to do is, while he's out, is turn on the water supply once he's connected back up to make sure he's not leaking behind the machine, because otherwise when he's in you won't see it. Now, the balancing of the pipes without them falling back out, that's the key. This is where it gets emotional. Right, so we'll connect them back up to the ones that there was before.
Sorry, you connect it back up, then I'll show it after you've done it.
Yeah. Nip him up. And Glyn gets a free washing machine fit.
Oh, yeah, well, I would have done it quicker by now without half the chat.
Yeah. You'd have had to look at it and had 10 cigarettes. Don't smoke, it's bad for you.
I've done more washing machines than you've had at dinners.
Mate, most people sleep with women, but you do what you do. They've put that thing on the wrong way, so it actually opens the wrong way. And he's just about to snap, but it's open anyway, right? Right, he's not dripping. That's
It
important.
never opens full on, by the way. It's a 45.
Right.
So, hang on, I'll pop underneath and show, shall I? That's how that bit looks there. So it's all tidy, all in line, and that's not dripping.
No, which is a winner. And it's not dripping there. Okay, so, just the waste, which has fallen out, as we'd expect it would do. By the way, the adjustment for the feet is on the front feet, because they're the ones you can get to. What a sod.
It does need the U-bend on it.
What?
You see the plastic U-bend?
Yeah.
Why one's on it is because it's going over a bit of sharp wood. And as the washing machine vibrates and pumps, it'll cut through otherwise.
Oh, never did.
No, I had to replace one before because it did exactly that.
Right, what we used to do, you can see this. If that was an easy fit over there, then we'd cut through that and then push it up to where it really was tight. For the sake of being a consummate professional.
So what's that metal bit you just put on it called?
Clip. It's called I don't know, retaining clip or something, I suppose.
I call anything that looks like that a Jubilee clip.
Okay. I'm sure you had to change your fucking thing, not the correct terminology for everything.
Well, it's probably not, but you know, it's just any circular clip like that you tighten up with a screwdriver. I've always called a Jubilee clip.
Right, it's got to go back in. Now, you want to make sure not to dent the thing, and you also don't want to dig into the tarmac, not tarmac lino. So, get him lined up, drop down, and you're going to put two hands, put your hands over your knees, and you're going to give it little movements like that. Move forward, carry on. I know it looks easy. We'll probably bump into something. And there, right now. It's not balanced. This is normal, by the way. Your adjusting legs, incidentally, are on the front. Right. One minute, touch. Alright, so he's all the way up. So I want to make sure that he was all the way up before I let this one down. Now, old flats, notoriously, have bad flooring because some bloke hasn't done it right before. And rotted the floor out. Now, you wind the legs down. Now, some of them have a bolt, some of them have another thing on top, which this one does, which is a locking nut, which you need to put in place, otherwise it will wind itself up over the use. So, kind of happy with that. Right, you need to plug it in. And then you need to make sure that the water's getting into it, because without that, it's a bit pointless, isn't it? Okay, one plug. Power! That is really drunk, that floor, isn't it? But you can't do anything about it. If the floor's like this, the back legs don't adjust. So all you'll do is taking the slack out the front, and if the floor's pissed, the floor is pissed. There's not a lot you can do with it. You just need the thing to not rock. Right, so, okay, just put it onto a rinse. Having read the instructions thoroughly. Right, we have a result. You can look in there and see there's water going in there. Most of your work is done now. What you're going to do is you're going to fill it up to a certain amount, make sure it's got water coming into it, that it spins, that it moves, etc., etc. And then you're going to drain. So you want to have a look in there and make sure the water's coming into the drum, which obviously it's going to, because it's going in through the top there. We now know it's leaking not through the, or it's not leaking through any of the pipes coming in. We'll fill it up to a certain amount. Pause. Take it around to spin and drain. It might not. I might need to press clear. But what we're going to do is we're going to try and drain it and make sure it's not leaking from that pipe, the waste. Right, so let's see if that happens. Right, it's draining. And it's not leaking. You can hear by the sink that it's draining, just for anybody wondering what that noise is. You have now successfully installed a washing machine. Go and have a pint. And that's it. Still going?
Well, that works surprisingly well.
Yeah, I can't actually think why. I always feel manly now, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You've just saved yourself a load of money. And some of these people that come and fit it are not as professional as they should be. I know, because I work with professional companies that were supposed to be. They used to flood flats, used to break the machines, they didn't take the bolts out.
Used to employ you.
Yeah, they used to employ me. And the other thing was, they were in such a rush because they had like 30 deliveries to do a day that they would rush. They'd probably either rip the lino or put dents in the front of the machine where they're trying to get it in so quick. So if you can do it yourself, and that way you know it's done properly. Other than that, we're done.